Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Please remain standing. Would like to ask Chief Thompson to lead us in our invocation. Chief.
Heavenly Father, we thank you for the opportunity to be here tonight. We pray you be with these commissioners as they make difficult decisions for the city. Please give them the eyes to see, the ears to hear, and the heart to understand the needs of this community. In your son's name we pray. Amen.
Please be seated. Officially call the meeting to order. First thing I want to do is excuse Commissioner Clark. He has an issue within his family this evening, was not able to attend. So, Madam Clerk, if you'll note that he is excused, please. Thank you. Okay, item number 2, resolution. Madam Clerk.
Resolution adopting and approving the execution of a memorandum of agreement between the City of Winchester, Kentucky and the Commonwealth of Kentucky Transportation Cabinet, Department of Rural and Municipal Aid in the amount of $750,000.
Is there a motion? Motion by Commissioner Toole, second by Commissioner Strode. Any discussion? All in favor, aye. Aye. Any opposed by a like sign? Motion carries. Item 3 for first reading.
An ordinance amending ordinance number 19-2001 and ordinance number 2-2024, an ordinance relating to the establishment of an historic district overlay designation and protection of historic district individual landmarks and prescribing penalty for violations.
Okay, before we go on, I want to clarify a couple things here. On this ordinance, item 3, first reading, the only thing we're voting on this evening is changing the number of people serving on the Historic Preservation Commission from 6 to 7. That's the only thing we're voting on tonight. I do want to make the point that the HPC has never been dissolved. It has never been taken off the books. I am one that in the very beginning said, let's combine 2 entities. Let's get rid of the HPC. I have had a conversation with our attorney who has strongly advised the City of Winchester to keep an HPC because he said it's such an important committee in this community. So if, you know, I did say that I would agree with dissolving it. I'm now telling you the reason I'm not agreeing with that is under advice of the attorney. So is there a motion? Motion by Commissioner Strode. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Chenault. Any discussion?
I have something to say.
We're not right now. We're taking a vote. Have a seat, please. I've got you signed up right here.
Actually, I think since it's on the table,
Is it
he
okay?
can go ahead and speak. If it's on this issue,
Okay, wait a second. Hang on.
if it's on this issue, he can go ahead and speak.
Okay, all right, that's fine. I just don't want to be out of order. Okay, Adam, come on to the podium. Now, you still gonna want to be on this?
I definitely. We should talk about this, what's happened. I just have 2 simple questions. If we're just looking at amending the existing ordinance relative to about 12 people, we're looking at governing about 12 individuals that own property in downtown. Who did you talk to before you were amending an ordinance governing such a small group of people? Did you talk to a single property owner in downtown?
I did not. I talked to the attorney.
You talked to the city attorney about amending an ordinance that governs a handful of individuals in downtown.
My conversation, Adam, was with the city attorney. I'm following his advice.
And he advised you to add 1 more seat to.
Now, Bruce, do you know where that came from?
We decided that we did not want to dissolve the HPC. When we started looking at it, we realized that 6 could result in a tie. So we said, okay, let's do this. Let's add 7 people so that there wasn't a tie if there was, and that's how that came.
And that's all we're voting on.
I have asked you repeatedly for 3 years since we agreed that we were going to dissolve the HPC, and the reasons why we don't get into tonight. We've got those on the public record. We've got all the horrible things that happened with the HPC board. we don't need to talk about that. The fundamental fact of the HPC is we don't have to worry about ties because the way the group was running before, it couldn't even hold a quorum. That we had to wait 6 months to get permission to replace a broken window. Those were the reasons why we were looking to address the HPC. And what I begged for 3 years in emails and meetings, standing up here, all professing, was not that we needed to get rid of the HPC, but that we needed to get a group of us together, the property owners in downtown, the 12 or 13 there are, and let's get the HPC in a place that will carry us through the next 50 years. I've talked with Rod Jeffries about this on numerous occasions. He agrees that current guidelines are worthless. You can't dictate paint color. We all know that. It's the First Amendment right. I can choose whatever paint color I want to choose, no matter what the Iowa will say about it. Get a group of property owners. There's not very many of us. It takes about 30 minutes to call all these people. And let's sit in the room and let's figure it out. All of us care about historic buildings. We've been working on them. We've been spending money on them. We're passionate about it. Why would we even consider amending something when we haven't even had the conversation yet? And the city attorney didn't tell you that it's illegal to get rid of the HPC. He said that he would personally really like to see an HPC. That's what that translates into. Am I wrong? We didn't call a single property owner. There's not very many of us. Correct me when I get wrong here. What did we do and how do you know better? Those are my questions.
And you're talking about it being 7?
No, I'm talking about.
Well, that's what we're voting on right this very second,
And I'm
is the
asking
7.
you to table the vote until we have a conversation about what is the HPC. When was the last time we even met?
It hasn't, because we had planned to dissolve it.
So we're gonna add a fantasy person? We don't even have a board right now. So why?
That'll be assuming Joy, that'll be the next step on that, is to
Yes, ma'am, after
put a
second
board
reading.
together after the second reading.
So before we ad hoc put back in that a month ago, 2 months ago, we agreed an organization that shouldn't even exist until Bill Dykeman throws out a comment saying that he thinks it's a good idea. Why don't we sit down and why don't we just do the work? Why don't we do the job? Let's rewrite the guidelines. Let's look at what are the functions of the board. How is Rob Jeffries going to be involved? I mean, your planning directors, I feel like should probably have a pretty heavy hand in this. He's supposed to plan the city out. What does the community want from this? Why would we put the cart before the horse? We don't even have a chicken for our egg. A month ago, it was worthless. Now we're adding board members to a board that doesn't exist. And we haven't done any work at all. This is just a lazy way of doing it. And I would like to do it the right way. I would like to work with my peers to help guide what we want our downtown to look like 50 years from now. I would like to work with the community. I'd like to sit across from these people and us give you the notes of how to preserve the historic buildings in downtown. That's it. That's simple. If you guys know how to do it, we done it 20 years ago. We still don't know how to do it. We're still trying to figure it out. That's all I'm asking. Table the vote. Put the group of people together. They're passionate. They're hardworking. They will come in. I've talked to a lot of them, and that's what they want to do. They want to participate. They don't want to be cut out of the conversation. We don't even have representation of property owners on your board. It's just architects and engineers and designers and historians and everybody but property owners.
You'll have, I'm sure there'll be downtown people on the board, Adam. I'm sure
They're put in the law. Make it law. That's what you do. You're commissioners. You're making a law. It's not that hard. We just make a law, make the changes. Table this. A month ago, this was worthless. Today it's still a lot. Let's table it. Bring these people in and let's get their comments. Most of them are here tonight.
So all these people want to serve on a committee then?
Would you all serve on a committee and admit?
I mean, I'm just asking,
Sure. I talked to,
Is Mr.
I would like Steve Justice be on that
I
committee.
hope so.
Chad, you'd be on that
Bruce.
committee. Laura, where are you at?
Bruce.
Laura, you on that committee. Harry Williams told me in an email, I'm supposed to read it. He said that he was on the board of HBC. He said that all it did was slow down progress, and I think it said hell no.
Okay, Mr. Dykeman, I think is, Bill, are you on tonight?
Yeah, yes, Mayor.
Hey, would you care to comment?
Well, I think you said it. We're talking about changing it to an odd number. I mean, any points that whatever a committee or I don't see any reason to table it if that's the question you're asking me, Mayor. I mean, you're increasing it. Who's on it, who's off it has yet to be determined. It's open for another discussion. I thought this was just simply to add another member slot so that there wouldn't be an even number. But as you stated to begin with, I absolutely believe there needs to be an historic district, uh, excuse me, overlay committee.
Here, so I'm not sure if you heard this, but we're here because you personally said that this was a good idea. That's what the mayor told me, that's what the city manager told me. She said that you're personally liable to you. That's why we're here. And I understand why, if our plan is to roll right from first reading to second reading to appointing a board, why we can't put reorganizing the organization in front of those things, if that really is your intention, is to roll from first reading, second reading.
I don't understand
Because the guidelines.
why you are objecting to a number to be changed from 6 to 7.
Because
I
you
just
have a
don't
set
get
of
it.
guidelines that don't do, we already know that.
We're gonna look at all those things, Adam. But first, we want this in case there's a tie before we appoint it. Well, I understand everything you said. I took your comments, I've made notes. What is the pleasure of the commission?
You have a first and second already on the ordinance.
I just want to kind of hear what they're thinking right now. We do have a first and a second, so.
Is the problem that you all don't think we need an HPC commission? Is that the issue?
Also, like you said, why are we putting another member on a board? A board that doesn't exist.
We're
Why are we
just,
doing that?
we're
Why
just
would we
saying
not ever
how
have
many,
a conversation? Nobody even had a conversation with us, as Mr. Kidd said. Why not involve us in decisions of downtown?
let's, Joey, just go ahead and do a roll call. Let's get this number decided.
Commissioner Schnott,
Can I have discussion over it first before I vote? Okay. I don't think that you all are gonna be excluded because we're gonna vote. I think you're still gonna have your people in place wherever you wanna have your people. I don't think the voting for the extra person, this excludes anyone out there in the business at all. Am I right? By saying what I said?
That's never been how it's worked before. You've never done it that way. It's always that.
Okay, well now, I haven't,
I'm not talking about HBC, I'm talking about in general. Is we always have to find out secondhand, thirdhand, sending out emails, getting the phone, what the hell are they doing kind of questions. Like, if you were gonna vote on this one, there's on 12 of us, call us on the phone.
And we send emails that go completely unresponded to, which is just rude. And there's never an application put out to be on these boards. There's never an announcement, hey, we're putting together this board. How do you select the people? Just your social club?
Okay, you all, again, before us tonight to vote on is one thing, that is changing the number from 6 to 7. That is all we're looking at tonight, period. We're not talking about who's gonna go on. I can assure you that there would be downtown property owners on that board. Now, is it gonna be property owners or is it gonna be business owners?
Put it in the law and
You
then
know?
you don't have to guess.
So what do y'all wanna do? What's your pleasure?
I'll motion to table it.
Okay, well, we already have a motion on the floor. Wait just one sec.
so Commissioner Chenault and Commissioner Strode Commissioner Strode would have to take back her motion. Commissioner Chenault would have to take back his second. But may I say something real quick?
Please.
There is an application. If anybody wants to be considered for a board, we do have an application, and I don't know if Diana put it on our Facebook or not our Facebook. It's on our website if you all want to apply to sit on a board, and there's all kinds of boards or commissions, so
And they're all on the website.
it's on the
Everything's
website.
on the website. Okay, so
All
we're,
right, let me, since we're
Go-
having
no,
a
go ahead.
discussion here, I'd be willing to withdraw if Hannah thinks we need to table it. Shannon is not here. But I am for us having this board. I really am. And I think there'll be lots of representation from business owners and property owners from downtown. That was my understanding in the very beginning. Qualified people like engineers, construction, architects. So it would be a base
I would take back my motion.
No,
Motion to
wait,
table.
wait a minute.
Okay,
Uh,
so, hang on.
Commissioner Strode needs to take back her motion.
That's what I
You need
said
to
I
take
would.
back your second.
I said I would.
Okay.
And I take back my second.
Okay.
I will make a motion to table this ordinance amendment.
I second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed by like sign? Motion carries. Joy, we good?
Yes.
Okay, motion table, and we'll bring it back at a later date. Okay, item 4, general A through G, general order 4A.
An order approving a contract of sale between the city of Winchester, Kentucky and owners of record for property located at 31 Lincoln Street for the purpose of the Lincoln Street CDBG redevelopment project phase 2 in the amount of $21,000.
Is there a motion? Motion by Commissioner Tool. Is there a second? Second by Commissioner Strode. Any discussion? All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Any opposed by like sign? Motion carries. 4B.
An order approving a contract with Palmer Engineering for engineering services for the Martin Luther King Jr. Bridge Replacement Project in the amount of $99,305.
Is there a motion?
Motion.
Motion by Commissioner Chenault. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Strode. Any discussion? All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Any opposed by like sign? Motion carries. Item 4C.
An order approving funding from the Downtown Development Investment Fund for a new business stipend grant for a certain business located at 44 South Main Street in the amount of $6,000.
Is there a motion? Motion by Commissioner Strode. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Chenault. Any discussion? All in favor, aye. Any opposed by like sign? Motion carries. Item 4D.
An order approving funding from the Downtown Development Investment Fund for a new business stipend grant for a certain business located at 24.5 North Main Street in the amount of $6,000.
Is there a motion?
So moved.
Motion by Commissioner Tool. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Chenault. Any discussion? All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Any opposed by like sign? Motion carries. E.
An order approving funding from the Downtown Development Investment Fund for a high side project support grant for a business located at 10 North Main Street in the amount of $2,250.
Is there a motion?
So moved.
Motion by Commissioner Tool. Is there a second? Second by Commissioner Strode. Any discussion? All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Any opposed by like sign? Motion carries. 4F.
An order approving funding from the Downtown Development Investment Fund for a high side project support grant for a business located at 30 North Main Street in the amount of $2,700.
Is there a motion?
So moved.
Motion by Commissioner Chenault, second by Commissioner Tool. Any discussion? All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Any opposed by like sign? Motion carries. 4G.
An order approving a mutual aid agreement between the city of Winchester, Kentucky and the Clark County Fiscal Court for emergency services.
Is there a motion?
Yes.
Motion by Commissioner Strode. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Chenault. Any discussion? All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Any opposed by like sign? Motion carries. Personnel orders, item 5A.
An order amending the city of Winchester, Kentucky personnel policy regarding accumulated time and vacation eligibility.
Is there a motion?
So moved.
Motion by Commissioner Chenault. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Strode. Any discussion?
I suppose I would need more time at this. So we added, this is vacation time. This is not general PTO. I'm looking at HR director, sorry. This is general PTO. This is sick versus vacation. We do it sick and vacation, correct? It's not general.
Right, this is just vacation time.
So prior to this, 10 years and less, you got 10 days. I think that's right.
Yeah, 10 years, you only had 2 weeks of vacation.
So we're cutting it in half. We're giving it a 0 to 5 year time span with an additional 5 days. And then technically we're adding time. We're not,
Right,
because
right.
the accumulated pay situation, I don't think is sustainable for a city to maneuver at all. But I think that it's important that we're not short-sighted as some people are using that accumulated time with pay to, you know what I'm saying? So I want to make sure we're not shortening anywhere.
We're not, and we did a lot of work to make sure that no employee was hurt in this. What we did find out that employees were using accumulated time just to try to get more vacation time.
Sure, sure.
So we're like, well, why
Yeah.
would an employee work? Let's just amend our vacation time
Right.
and make it a little more standard across the board of what a lot of other organizations are doing. And I think this is a better vacation policy, and that will make up for the time that people are trying to work to get
Yeah.
off. And it's a better benefit.
Sure, I think it is. And it's not something that has to be like grandfathered in. It's pretty much instantaneous because no one's losing.
Yeah, I think it needs to be,
I think so.
vacation needs to be up for sure.
Just make sure I understood that. Okay. Thank you.
Okay, do we have a motion?
Motion and a second.
All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Any opposed by like sign? Motion carries. Item 5B,
An order accepting the resignation of Micah Williams, police officer.
and I think Micah has accepted a job in Mount Sterling where it's home for him, correct? Okay, is there a motion?
So move.
Motion by Commissioner Chenault. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Tool. Any discussion? All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Any opposed by like sign? Motion carries. Item 6, comments from the general public regarding items not on the agenda. Looks like Mr. Joe Smith would like to come and speak. Go on down.
Well, it's good to be here,
Thank you.
and, thank you all for listening. And I've got a little problem with this water stuff. And, guys come out, he didn't understand how much water I did here.
Now, we're talking about on Hamilton Street?
Yeah, but, I just kind of wanted you all to know what I've been talking because when they got this approved to build apartments back there, like a big parking lot. Obvious. Water. So I just wanted to say that, and me and Jessica, or Brian had talked, and, it's good. And, but my wife was kind of complaining about the road up at Hamilton Street with the,
thing what he's talking about, the Palmer Engineering put it, the
No,
guy
no,
that
no,
came
no.
out, he put it on hold because all the water would go on the apartment lot.
well.
So
he
he's gotta
wanted-
talk to
No,
them.
no, I'm talking about the road
Oh, okay, well,
that you complained.
they didn't put enough gravel down and it's a mud pit.
I saw it. I was over there the other night.
Yeah.
I mean, it's really bad, and they went over in the neighbor's yard and he's complaining, Stephen talked to us. They went too far in his yard and it's like this. When we go, 2 people can't even go. It's, when we go to the side, it's getting in a yard, it's making more mud. It's hard to explain, but it's.
Brian, can you and Mike take a look at that tomorrow or the next day?
This is relevant to you guys.
Yeah. But anyway, also saying that, we've got a channel. And go for that.
Okay, and you're on the record, having stated your concern.
That's good. But anyway.
I don't know which one won out, the husband or the wife, but.
It's people we're meeting as we go, and when we go to the side, we can't, it's just a hard.
There may have to be some more gravel put down and stuff, so
Yes.
we'll let Brian and Mike, if they will, take a look at it and see what we need to do. Or WMU needs to do. Okay, thank you, Mr. Smith. Okay, James Bowman. Hi, how are you?
Good, how are you?
You say you live at 2, I think you mean 2 North Main, I mean,
Sorry.
South Main?
Yeah.
I didn't mean to say North Main, I'm looking at something else, sorry. Okay,
So, trying to figure out what I wanted to talk about. So there's just 2 things. The first one, so I was wondering if the 7-day notice was implemented, I guess, or being enforced, because, last week, when I came to the shop, they just busted up in front of the shop, didn't know anything about it. You know, I was like, okay, that's fine, because we still had access to the front door and stuff.
so we're talking about with the Allen County,
Yes.
correct? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then today, I woke up and, they poured concrete. And I was like, awesome, this is cool. And because it's so cold outside, you know, it's not gonna dry by the time it'll be open. So we unfortunately did have to close for the day. And, we actually had an event tonight as well. That's usually our biggest event of the week. So, you know, it sucks that we didn't get any type of notice about it, so that we could at least kind of adjust it around it, or, you know, switch
Sure,
the
I
day this
understand.
week or something like that. I think it does need to be taken into account that because it's colder now, you know, the concrete's not going to dry as fast. So, that was my first question.
Okay, Bruce, will you get with the Allen Company and
I
see
will.
what's going on?
Yes, ma'am.
I did get a text from Justin Porter today though, and he did let me know, but he also got told today. So, you know, that 7-day notice.
And we got told right now.
I mean, I'm not even requiring a 7-day notice at this point, you know, but even just a 2 or
Right,
3
sure.
day notice, that would be more than acceptable.
That's not unfair consideration.
Right. I do know that the city was just very generous to us, which is why I'm not trying to be, you know, too pushy about it. We do appreciate that, but at the same point, you know, like that was,
It's a valid point, James.
when I did the math, you know, it was only like 18-20% or something like that that we got reimbursed. So, yeah, I really appreciate if somebody could put a little bit of pressure on that company. Just give us a, that's all I'm asking.
To be done in the morning.
Awesome, thank you, I appreciate it. Secondly, I know you're discussing the amount of seats on the historic committee, so it's kind of, you know, nice that I'm talking right now, seeing how it's not technically on the agenda. Really, the biggest question I have, just to let you know, I am for the historic preservation committee. I love downtown Winchester, I love the history of it and everything. I do think that it needs to be preserved. However, you know, the thing I am in agreement with Adam on is, you know, the main people that it affects is the building owners and the business owners. And for the board itself to not be comprised of a single business or building owner.
But there will be. In
Definitely.
fact, I probably shouldn't say this
I mean,
out
yeah.
loud, but I'm gonna say it.
Okay.
In fact, your name was one suggested to be on the committee
Oh, that's
from
awesome.
a community member.
I'm
So,
honored for that. I would totally serve on it. But I just know in the past, and that's why I was referring to it, you know, there was no building or business owners on the board. And I just thought it was like a little weird because.
there will be a minimum of 3.
Got
A
it.
minimum of 3.
Okay, that was my next question. So, I do know that there was a way to apply now for positions for the committees and stuff like that. Do you all just receive those applications though, or like do we apply for like a specific committee or like? How
They
is
go
that?
to the clerk. You want to address that?
Well, it's been a while since I've seen an application, but you could tell, I mean, you could put on there what committee or commission or board that you would like to serve on, or if you want to just overall.
Got it. Okay, perfect.
Some people just want to serve and they don't really have a definite interest.
Right.
And that's what Joy's saying, or people can be specific and say, I'd like to serve on the tourism board, the
Got it.
IDA, whatever.
Just making sure. I just didn't know if it was like a blanket thing. It was just like you're gonna be selected for whatever. So, okay, sounds good.
And Adam had pushed that. He wanted that to be where people could go online and be able to do that, and we got that done.
Right.
So, okay,
I
anything
appreciate it.
else?
Thank you. No, that was it.
Okay, thank you. All right, Adam Kidd.
Two things in order. One is I would please request, and I talked to Whitney about this earlier today, I was down at the food pantry today, and they have very specific needs that aren't being fulfilled. And politics aside, we're in a really strange period of the world, we'll put it that way. I would appreciate the city stepping forward and helping coordinate the community into getting the things they need to be. I would be really appreciative way to help work on that a little bit today. But they do have very specific needs, not just broadband needs.
Right.
So a little bit more hands-on about coordinating the effort and then coordinating with the churches to maybe make that a rally point. Order of importance. Number 2, everybody agrees. Nobody's disagreed in whatsoever that historical preservation is not important. Everybody I talked to, we wouldn't be down here to learn. The people that don't care about it are on Facebook commenting about all this right now and saying nasty things about it. Those of us that come down here care. I would like to ask you to please tonight vote in whatever capacity or organizational facet that you want, put together a quick committee to sit down and discuss revamping the guidelines for the HBC. What does the board look like? Who sits on the board? I don't even have to be on it. you guys don't want me to be on, I don't care. I'd rather have Steve on, he's way more passionate about history than I am. You put Meredith on it, you put all the people that don't like me on the board, I don't care. Like, that's fine. But what we have right now doesn't work. We know that it doesn't work. We've tried it for how many years, 20 years since Tracy put it together. Put Tracy on it, have her revamp it, I don't care. What we cannot just slap it back in place. So please tonight, you can do it, you have enough people, I think. Vote to organize a committee. Do it. You bring people in from Lexington. I would suggest that the city there, HBC is a mess. Like, find another city, bring the parish people, they're not doing it, how have they done it and done it well, and people respect it. Because it wasn't respected, it was a mess, and I just want it better, I want it easier. Rob has got some great ideas about it. I've worked with your planning director on this, like, Rob, that's his job, like, respect it, let him do it. I make him in charge of it, that's all I want. And I don't even have to be on. I definitely don't want to sit on whatever HBC is in the future. As a conflict of interest for me, I get too emotional about these things. Please, let's just do it the right way from the beginning. Right now, so we're not risking.
But Adam, don't you think this board that's gonna be appointed is gonna be experienced enough to be able to make some changes and to do it the right way? Well, you're gonna have people from downtown on there.
It sounds like you already have some recommendations. So the first people that I put onto this little committee to revamp the HBC, why not?
Someone suggested James to me.
I can make a list.
That doesn't mean that's who will be on
We've
the
got
board,
we've
but
got a list.
So, oh, go ahead, sorry.
And that's just as simple as my recommendation. It's not that we don't want it, it's not that we don't need it, we obviously need something, Rob can't do it all. Just pull from the community, get some young people on it, God, we're not gonna be down here in 10 more years. Get some of those people on it, what do they want their Main Street to look like 10 years from now? And how do we do it? Get Bill Dykeman to show up in person and like, tell us, can we legally do this? Like, that'd be great, constitutionally, can we do it?
so you want to just to be sure I'm understanding this, that you're wanting to do this outside of the HPC. Is that what you're saying?
Here, round robin, bring as many as we can, get all the
He
good
wants
ideas.
to do it before the board's appointed.
I know, that's what I'm asking.
Do we even need a board? Can code enforcement do this? I mean, ask all those kinds of questions. To figure out what the best format for HPC is going forward, because we all agree we need something. But a lot of us disagree with what that looks like. And I don't know this. But I think our community does. I think the business owners do, the good owners do, because we've seen what doesn't work. Figure out what does work. That's all I want. It's that simple. I've been asking the same thing with Rob. I've tested Rob like this a dozen times at least. He and I talked about what does the future of the HBC board look like. And the next step is you all. Like, well, what do we do? Can we even do that? That's all.
I wish Rob would have had that discussion with us.
Well, I wish.
I didn't even know you were talking to Rob about it, so.
I missed him all the time. I'm in his office once a week with business or something, and they planning and zoning has come so far. They do great stuff. They're now a resource for us trying to do stuff. I give them 10 out of 10. It's really like to make progress. Now, ask me.
May I share a reflection?
Mhm.
So I appreciate your eagerness and urgency. One reason I would not want to make a move and one reason I voted to table it is because the verbiage in this ordinance does not state that there needs to be a historic overlay building owner on it. We might say we want one, but it doesn't say it. I also think it should include a line that the planning and zoning director should be a part of it. Because if we have 7 people and at least 3 of them have to possess this expertise, then the heavy side of this commission could just be for random Park County people. Because, I mean, it might not be that, but we're only required to have 3 of these qualifying things. And I think maybe you have 3 of those qualifying items, 1 historic district overlay building owner that's maybe appointed by the downtown business group. And then I do think planning and zoning director needs to be listed as a member.
Can I give you, these are my bad ideas, and I don't think I might sit here, but he's got the experience, tell me I'm wrong, is there is a huge difference between architects, engineers, and contractors that build things. If the architects and engineers give you the starting point of a project, we need the people that are actually gonna have done this work before. Sure, can you even do it? It's great.
There would be that on there too, Adam. I really think there is.
Let's put it on there. Okay.
Adam, right now, this reads, which you can probably quote it. At least 3 members must possess some expertise in the area of architecture, engineering, land use planning, archaeology, historic preservation, or some related field. That's what the current ordinance says.
But like animation, there's no mention of.
I know, and I've already written P and Z director beside me.
And so I say, like, if we need to get the board nominated first before we bring the community in and talk about what the actual guidelines say. Whatever we're not to all I'm saying, so there needs to be a discussion, the actual substance of the guidelines, if they don't. I'm not a smart man.
I think we do know that.
Yeah,
I think it hasn't worked. I know that.
It's not hard, and I want a 2-page, probably not talking 2-page document, here's what you can do, here's what you can't do. But I mean, it needs to be that simple, because some of us are just not that smart. And I would love to see contractors contributing, because they're gonna tell you, can you even afford to do that? That's a big one. And it's great to say we need bubble glass, but you can't find it anymore, so it's cost prohibitive. So what are our options? Things like that, like I said, if I'm not the one, there's other equally better qualified, definitely more charismatic individuals in the community. Get them and get their brain included, that's all I want, the representation. And food is, in my opinion, is much more important than any of this, so.
I think we're all working on, I think a lot of the churches are working on the food
You know, that's it.
situation.
I think that the city is a great one to help organize those efforts. Let's just make sure that nobody goes hungry. Thank you.
I had some say, like you said, it, you was at the food bank. I go to 2 churches. One is Trinity on Winchester, and then I go to Hill Street. Trinity just had something about food shortage or whatever. Unless somebody calls them, or somebody like me says, hey, this is. You have to call them. Well, I mean. They have clothes and everything.
Well, and that's what I'm saying. If the city would be willing to be the rally point, kind of help organize, there's a lot of people doing a lot of good things right now. But like I said, if we can make sure it's getting to the right places. Today they need to meet, so we brought meat. Tomorrow they'll be out of meat. Today they're gonna be out of bread. I just don't know.
And Adam Diana represents the city on the council of churches. So you might in the morning, just tag team with them a little bit and see what's going on, where we need to do help.
And it could be problems organized. It's that was my understanding. It's a little all over the place. And I think everybody needs all the help they can get to. I know everybody's doing a lot of good stuff. We'll organize and make the city's got the capacity to do it.
Okay, anything else?
That's it. Thank you.
While I've got you up here, how are your buildings coming and what's it look like?
That is a question to answer here. So we are probably.
Are you making progress? I guess that's what I'm asking.
Yes, very, very slowly. The apartments upstairs are all finished. We've got to get the facade. I worked with a restoration specialist to see if we can't fix the lower floor facade and that original. A lot of people know we have to dramatically change our plan, but unfortunately my hands have been tied and all over. I mean, we pretty much, I didn't know how to progress with the situation that we were in. And we, I think, are nearing a resolution in that matter.
Good.
And I think that we have some great new opportunities on the horizon as well. I just have to conclude one piece of business so I can go on to the next.
We get asked a lot
We do.
because people are very pleased with the way the corner is looking right now.
Looks great.
So-
The cities and the project, how everything's coming together and where do we think, and I promise it leads me up more than you can imagine. But there is 1 or 2 guys that are there almost every day. Hardwood's finished upstairs, all the
Good.
cabinets are in the apartments. But I mean, as the planning zone department, tell you, I have a building permit that I can't use right now, so we're trying to figure out how to rework things and what we really can't do. I'm bummed to have that answer. Bummed out. Sorry, I don't have better news, but I think there's some good news on the horizon.
Good. Thank you. Okay, commission, what do you want to do? Do you want to vote tonight to organize a committee? Do you want us to take a little more time and maybe even have discussion among ourselves first? What is the pleasure of this commission?
Talking in relation to what?
Whether they would want HPC?
I stand by my motion to table it. I think the, section 1 needs to be revised. Where it lists who the appointments of the members.
Yeah, I think we can, work internally, take all the, information that's given here, work internally. Let's make some recommendations and go forward with that.
Is there anything being held up, like windows or anything by the HPC not happening at the moment? Because
No,
that's the
Not-
only reason.
Not that
No.
I'm aware of, but
Rob has been doing his best to shoulder the burden of.
All right. I think Rob comes in on the conversation and go from there.
right.
we might even put together a little internal committee with
Mhm.
Rob and the
Yeah.
commissioner too, and
Good idea.
see.
I think that's where we need to start.
Let's make, and I'll make that motion. If we need it, Joy, do we need a motion to
No.
do it internally? I don't know why we would.
Go ahead and do one.
Do you wanna do one?
Just in case.
Okay, I'm gonna make a motion that we organize an internal committee, comprised, including the planning director, property and or business owners, and the other things mentioned in the ordinance, for discussion to be brought back at a date in the near future with recommendations. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Chanel. Any more discussion? All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Any opposed by a like sign? All right, motion carries. Okay, we'll now move to comments from all of our crew, which would be the commissioners first. Commissioner Chanel, you have anything for tonight?
No, ma'am.
Okay, Commissioner Strode?
I just want to thank Public Works again. If you all noticed, we started putting up Christmas yesterday, and we have come up with some extra money, thanks to Joe Ellen and some other people, but to add to our Christmas decorations. So I hope you all will be pleased with them. If it wasn't for Public Works, we wouldn't have them. And Patty Columbia made a lot of the new bows on her own. She wanted to do it. And she's very concerned about a Christmas tree at the courthouse, and I told her she needs to talk to the judge. That's a little bit out of our area. Bushes are going in tomorrow for the boxes, and right now I'm not putting any boxes in the block that we've just done. We're gonna leave it clean because we have an awful lot of landscaping in there anyway, so we're gonna leave that. But Brian, thanks a million. I really appreciate it so much. And Adam is so right. There are a lot of people hurting it, not only our community, but everywhere. I know we have a blessing box right on the grounds of our church, and we fill it up every day, and it's empty by that night. So there were quite a few of those throughout the city too. So
I'm afraid things are gonna get worse. before they
Yeah.
Get better. So
encourage
that's-
everybody to do what they can to help people in need. And remember, Operation Happiness is coming up. So if you can volunteer or do anything to help them, that will be a huge event this year.
Commissioner Tool?
More comments. I find it odd. I just learned that the city is represented on the Association of Churches. I hope if that is in fact the case, that then there is a step up for the food assistance. I questioned some things about invocations in the meetings when I first joined. I just find it a little odd, but more so, I would like the city of Winchester to turn Facebook comments back on. I understand how silly that is to say. The White House has Facebook comments on, and I'm sure there's plenty of ugly things said on that. We don't need to be concerned with responding to them. I think that's the last thing we need to do. But I think, for example, and this is not to call anyone out because I know someone helps with the page and I know that it's been transitioned, at least during my time on the commission. But for example, there's a post about Halloween decorations and how cool it would be to have information in one common place of where you could find Halloween decorations. Well, it would have been, I'm sure there'd be more feedback if there had just been Facebook comments rather than having to go email someone. I think it lacks transparency, and I think it shows that we want to say what we want to say, but we don't want to hear what people have to say. I think comments need to be turned back on.
City manager?
There's pros and cons, and when you have a lot of misinformation on Facebook, people will say things without knowing facts. but it got down to, where our employees were being called out, and, that's not good for employee morale.
You can delete those.
And I feel like, legally, you can't delete, specific comments. It's either all or nothing.
Then we should
So,
put feelings aside
um,
and just leave it.
So I think we, decided to do it all, just because, it was just getting nasty. It really was. And
I think that's reflective of what this community is feeling.
But Hannah, I didn't hear you.
I said, I think that's reflective of what this community is feeling right now. I understand, I don't want anyone bullied through our Facebook page. And I'm an elected official as opposed to someone who's living this job and life day in and day out. But I think that transparency is something we are lacking.
But people, I don't do Facebook. So my question is, can't people put it on their own pages?
right, they can share it to their own pages. They can say whatever, on their own page when they share it. So it's not.
And then
anything
they
that
can
we're
share it from their
restricting.
page? Is that what you're saying?
Yes, exactly. So we're not restricting anybody to comment on it if they share it on their page. And, legally, Facebook is not, a public forum. If somebody needs to, say something, they have the meeting here, they've got email, they've got the phone, and, there's other opportunities for voices to be heard.
Let's also make sure we're responding to messages. I don't expect my messages to get responded to. I was very much left on read, but I hope that other people aren't being left on read when I send. So I'm saying I sent a message, like, so I can email, right? But I'm on Facebook and I saw a post and I wanted comments turned on because at the time when I looked at this about a month ago, 48 of our most recent posts, like 5 of them had comments on, the ones that I guess would have been the feel good comments. And so I sent a message to whomever or however that's tracked, just saying, you know, I would like to see the comments turned on. You know, when is that going to happen? And I can tell someone read it because you can see a little icon, but nobody ever responded. And I think that someone else mentioned this evening not feeling like they were responded to. And even if we don't have the answer they want or an answer at all, I do think, you know, both sides of communication need to be open.
And I think that if, your comment wasn't answered, it was probably, I'll take the blame for that.
I mean,
Because I can see that as
I mean, I
well.
know that we talk all the time, so I very much expected to not have an answer, but that's all. I thought comments should be on. That's all. Thank you.
Do you have anything as city manager?
For comments, I just wanted to, remind everyone that we're having the Veterans Day, celebration for the memorial.
11/11 at 11.
11/11 at 11. I drove by there today and the sod is on the ground and it looked really, really good.
Be down on Broadway.
And we had, one person come in and buy 2 more bricks today, so there's still bricks available. if you buy. Three sold.
It's good.
Okay, anything else? Bruce, anything else?
That's all.
And Mr. Dykeman, do you have anything?
No, Mayor, I don't. Thank you.
Okay, the only thing I want to do tonight is say thank you to Community Trust Bank. You know, our budget's been really tight this year and the police department, our officers work out a whole lot because they end up having to run and chase criminals. But I went to Community Trust Bank and had a discussion with them and they bought a treadmill for the police department because ours was completely worn out. It was no good. So, just wanna. Two, you got 2 out of that? Oh, right. Deal. Okay, and I just wanted to send a shout out to Community Trust for doing that. We've had a lot of people step up lately, to help out. You know, what, 2 years ago, as you know, Central Bank contributed $20,000 so we could put a baby box in at the fire department. At a later date, in one of our other meetings, I will mention some help we've had with Christmas decorations in the amount of right around $6,000 that I talked to people and they said, I want to help. And so we'll talk about that later in thank yous, but I did want to, are the guys using it and the gals? Okay.
If there's 2, are you running next to them?
Yeah, he's running right beside him. Okay, anything else from the commission?
It's a very giving community.
It is a giving.
Very
community.
giving community.
Okay, if that, I'll take a motion to adjourn. Motion by Commissioner Tool, is there a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Chenault, any discussion? All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Okay, thank you everyone for being here, we are now adjourned.